Good morning, boys and girls. Thank you for joining with me as we share something from God's Word for us, for our lives today. I've just been leading a worship service here at church, and I've noticed, and I think I really like it. It's too bad you're not here to help me. Things are, as you know, we haven't been worshiping we haven't had a lot of people in the building for the last 4 months, and things are getting dusty and things are getting dirty. And so it's pretty important, as you know, to keep things clean. So I think I should start by doing some dusting. And things are pretty dirty around here. We want to make sure that everything is good and clean when people start coming back to church. Don't you agree? And I know it's worship time, and I shouldn't probably be doing this, but you know, it's really bothering me seeing how dirty things are around here. And maybe, you know, we should also, because people would sit on we got to spray the seats to make sure that they're clean and all that. And maybe we should, I'm not sure, but I should just probably dust the piano, don't you think? Because it's going to be used again. And while people are worshiping, we should be busy about cleaning it. If you were here, I could spend, you know, I got a lot of cloths in my office, cloths like this one. I could give a cloth to all of you boys and girls, and we could clean the whole sanctuary in lickety-split time while we're worshiping. Isn't that the right thing to be doing while we're together worshiping God? What do you mean it's not the right thing to be doing? How many of you think it is okay for us to clean while we're supposed to be here worshiping God? Is it okay to clean? Raise your hands. Is it okay to, it's not okay to clean, then maybe raise your hands either because it's not right or probably because you just don't like cleaning. That might be it. So what should we be doing when we come together to worship? If we can't clean and make the place look really good for our time together as worship, what should we be doing when we're here? Well, sort of like the story you see on the screen there, Mary and Martha. Worship and service. Mary and Martha were two sisters in the New Testament in Luke's Gospel, chapter 10, at the end of chapter 10. And they invited Jesus over and his disciples to their house. Now, could you imagine if you invited a dozen of your friends, 13 even of your friends, to come over, and you said to your mom and dad, hey, guess what? I've got 13 of my friends coming over. We'd like to have time together. And your parents go, but the dishes aren't done in the house and they want to clean up everything. Well, that's what Martha was doing. She was so focused with Jesus there, so focused on getting everything clean and everything prepared for serving food to Jesus and the disciples, that she got angry. She got upset with her sister, Mary, who was just sitting there, listening to Jesus, enjoying being still with Jesus, enjoying listening and soaking in everything that the Lord was saying to her. And then Martha got mad at Jesus for not scolding Mary and telling Mary she ought to be helping Martha with all the preparations. If we don't spend time like Mary in worship, just being and enjoying being in God's presence, in the Lord's presence, then we get frustrated when we're so busy. There's times to be busy and times to simply be still before Jesus. And sometimes being still for us means 30 seconds, or it can be 5 minutes, or it can be a whole hour. But being still with Jesus and listening to Jesus and what his words are for our lives helps us when we go and we're busy and we're doing things. Because then we know where our heart is. Whatever we're doing, our heart is with and for the Lord. And he showed that to us through the story of two sisters named Mary and Martha. Why don't your parents read that story with you in Luke's Gospel, chapter 10, at the end of the chapter. Thanks very much for joining with me today. Peace be with you.